Greetings, sirs and madams. I'm Seraphic Zero, and we're playing Gundam Battle Operation. So this is some old footage I still have saved up. I actually have a bunch of it. I think we have enough to essentially last through to the release of the next game. I'm not sure if I'm going to post all of it though, because not a lot of people seem to be watching it, but I guess I'll go ahead and just put some up for fun. So what I'm using here is an absolute tank of a mobile suit, and that's the Guncannon Heavy Arms type. And I think it might be one of the last Guncannon types to be released in the game, right before the Type D. So this Guncannon is notorious for having insanely high defense at the cost of really low mobility. Its running speed is, I think it's 80, which is about the same as the GPO-2. So it essentially walks a little slower than a tank, but of course it is able to strafe, so it is able to position defensively. It's also known for having very, very powerful shells in its shoulders. And okay, so I think that's actually Conti in the Guncannon 2, which has a knockdown beam cannon on its shoulder, and you see he got a direct shot on me, but it barely put a dent in my HP at all. So this being a tank build, it's hard to describe how much defense this thing even has. So it has maxed out defense on all 3 stats. That is ballistic defense, beam defense, and melee defense. So it basically takes an entire team of focusing fire on this thing to even put a dent in it. It's ridiculously hard to kill. So another direct shot, and it barely even scratched me. Yeah, so with the mobility of this thing being low and its attack power being so high, you essentially have to be, you just have to pick out a really good nest and to basically just help support your team from there. But this match is a little wonky because at first the enemy team is doing extremely well, and my team is just kind of sort of all over the place in terms of formation. So it's a little hard for me to pick shots, and also my aim is a little horrible in this match, and that's entirely my fault. Yeah, my team seems to be doing pretty okay. We're a little bit behind right now. We're behind now we're behind by about 1 kill. That was a really good counterattack. Yeah, he got another direct shot on me, and I've taken like 4 or 5 direct shots already, and my HP has just dipped below 50%, and this would have like pretty much killed anybody else. But yeah, starting to run out of shells now. So at level 7, the GCHC, it has 30 shots in its cannons, and that's just a huge amount of ammo. And of course, it uses the exact same beam rifle as all the other gun cannons. I wish it had the ability to just use a different hand weapon or something, but yeah, that's just not how gun cannons work in this game for some reason. Alright, so I went ahead and bailed on my suit. We are behind by a huge amount. It's 6,200 to 1,400. Yeah, they finally got me. Yeah, Wong's using the Gem Sniper Custom. Got me with his Vulcans. Yes, but yeah, aside from all this, there's been a lot of news going on lately. Like they announced Bayonetta 3, lots of exciting news for Monster Hunter. I'm actually about to get I'm gonna get a new laptop so I can record and render video for that game a lot better. Because right now the laptop I'm using is basically the cheapest I could get. So I could do stuff for work, but I'm gonna upgrade to a new laptop, so hopefully that will help. Yeah, so I took up this nest right here, and it's a nest that Xeon tends to use very effectively, but right now there doesn't seem to be very many targets available for me. Oh, damn. Yeah, so I landed a direct shot on Guang with that charge shot, and it nearly took him down to 0. And one of my teammates finished him off. And right there, my footage did glitch, so we lost about a minute in the footage. Yeah, and yeah, hopefully with my new laptop, it will be able to mitigate all these types of problems, so I don't get any recording errors on the Elgato HD60. Now, I was doing some research on that, and it's basically, these glitches are basically tied to the processing power of your computer. And my laptop basically has a very weak processor for recording this type of footage. And the problem's been exacerbated by Monster Hunter because I am recording it at 60 frames per second, so a lot of my footage ended up being corrupted and unusable. So hopefully this new computer can correct all those problems. Okay, so we're approaching the last minute and we are pushing the enemy back. We're almost caught up in terms of score. And there's a few enemies in the base right here. Yeah, I think I actually landed my first kill right there. And there's Guang and his sniper. I got him too. Yeah, so that's the most effective combo with pretty much all gun cannons. You're going to go from the shoulder cannons into the beam rifle. And they're both weapons that require you to stand still, so there's not a lot of mobility when it comes to doing this combo, so you have to make sure you're standing in a safe spot to do it. Yeah, and it does have grenades, and the grenades can be effective. It's just that in this game the grenades throw so slowly, and combined with your low mobility, it's just not really a good choice sometimes. Alright, that does it. Oh, okay, so we managed to turn this around and take the lead. Okay, so about 1200 lead. That troll did most damage and all that type of stuff. I took the lowest damage star because, I don't know, they just couldn't hurt me. Alright, but yeah, that'll just about do it. So the Guncannon HC is... it was one of my main mobile suits for a while before they started releasing support suits with higher mobility. But yeah, it can be an absolute powerhouse if it's used correctly. But alright guys, that'll be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.